What's going on, guys? Egocheaga here with Divbe Tech, Tampa's #1 growth hack marketing firm. And today, I want to talk about how to be successful at anything. I'm gonna just get straight to it, guys. The only way, I'm trying not to curse. Sorry. The only way to be successful at anything, whatever you decide to do, is to go all in, fam. That's the only way. You gotta burn your boats. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the Cortez law, but whenever the time was that the Incans and the Mayans and all that stuff was happening, when the Spanish were conquering Mexico, okay, the dude Cortez goes to Mexico to conquer them, right? And he leaves his boats there, and then he sees the rival. The rival is the Mayan Empire, an empire that has been around for over 600 years at that point in time. And he understands that he has to conquer these people that have never been conquered before. And his boys, or not his boys, his squad, his people, some of them are scared. Some of them are super scared. And they try to get back on the boats to go back to Spain. And Cortez is like, nah, we ain't having that. So, and my boy Richard knows the story. Yes, he's like, no, we're not having that. So he says, burn the boats. Think about that. Think about that. It's the 1600s. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers. I don't know what year it was, but it's a long time ago. No internet is all I gotta say. And he's just like, burn the boats. We ain't going back unless we win. Okay? And dude, that's such an awesome mindset shift for him and his people to realize, guys, we're all in. And guess what? With like a tiny fraction of people compared to the Mayan Empire, they conquered. They conquered and killed everybody. And I mean, like, I'm not saying like go kill people or anything, but I'm just saying like they did it. They did something that was thought to be impossible. Why? Because they went all in, every single one of them. None of them had doubts. They couldn't have doubts. They burnt the boats. they literally couldn't. They literally could not do anything else besides conquer, which they did. All right. So that's literally the only way you can be successful at anything. Stop doing whatever else is distracting you from your main goal. Like, for example, I would say this was like 2008, 2009. I was like, a freshman in high school, or like going into my freshman year of high school. And that's when like the recession happens, right? And look, my dad's on here and he'll tell you, he was like, Laura, we can't afford stuff. Like, we couldn't afford stuff. And that really, I didn't really get it. Like, I didn't understand why we didn't have money. I didn't understand, like, what was stopping us from having money. Like, up until that point, he would buy me everything that I could ever want. Not saying that, like, I wanted, like, a lot of stuff. Like, I just wanted an Xbox and new video games. And, like, you know, and I could get that up until that point where he was like, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with that with your family, back in the day when the recession hit, but all I would hear is, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. And that really got to me, but it didn't really get to me until like 2011. When I was a junior in high school and I wanted a new car. My thought process up until then was, I'm not gonna ask for anything, so that when I'm ready to get a car, I can get it, because I haven't asked for anything when we're not spending money, right? That was my thought process. I was completely wrong. Yeah, so junior year shows up, I'm 16 years old, I can legally drive, and guess what? Guess what my dad says? I bet you won't guess. He says, we can't afford it. and so I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, you haven't paid child support in years. Like, you gotta buy me a car. And my mom's like, you're crazy. Like, I can't afford that. Cause then who's gonna pay the insurance, right? And all that. And that's when that's when it finally clicked for me, like, I'm not gonna be the one that says I can't afford it. I gotta figure out, how can I afford it? And a lot of people, when I tell this story to them, they're like, dude, I've read countless books that even taught me that. And I'm like, you had to read books? Dude, like, what? Like, and to me, it's like a shocker, because I didn't understand to think any other way besides, how can I? I don't think I can't. I've never really thought I can't. It's always, how can I? You know, and I realize I see a lot of people making this problem, or this mistake. Never think I can't, because you can. You can do anything you set your mind to. It's just, how can you? All right. So 2011, right? Junior year of high school. And I'm on Google, I'm on YouTube, I'm learning everything. How can I make money? How can I make money? I need to buy my car, right? I was so all in on buying this car. And it was dope. It was honestly one of the best experiences ever. I found this amazing company. I learned about affiliate marketing. And it was really dope. It got to the point where I was getting $1,000 checks every week. Which is wild when you're like 16, 17 years old and you've never gotten cash before. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were checks in my name. And it was just so wild, because then you're like, what is school? Like, what's the point of school if there's the internet? Like, what? And you know, at the time, my family didn't really understand what I was doing. They still don't. Let's be real. They still don't get what I do. But I literally did not go to school most of my junior and senior year. And I still graduated with like a 3.8 GPA or some shit. Like, and I literally missed all the school year. I was getting paid to sit on my ass and not do anything, because I understood two things: how to drive traffic and how to get conversions. That's it. Like, guys, I can't even, like, it's funny and I'm laughing about it now, but I'm being dead serious. I went all in on figuring out how to fucking drive traffic and get conversions in 2011, to where I was getting paid $1,000 a week. I bought my first car, all paid cash. I paid for my insurance, all myself. Anything I've ever had that was of value, I did it myself. And I've been doing it, and I've been repeating the process. And it's crazy. It's crazy, because I see people that don't get it, and I was just born with it. Like, I don't know why, thank God, but I feel like I need to throw some knowledge bombs on you guys, because it's like, all I hear is I can't. And you can. Like, you really, really, really can. I believe in you. I don't even know you. Like, because I understand how the mind works. I understand that if you decide that you're only gonna focus on this one thing and you're not gonna do anything else until you accomplish that one thing, you will accomplish that one thing. Why? Because I've done it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I promise you. Like, I'm not special. I'm not. Actually, I am. I'm special. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not smarter than you, is what I'm really trying to get at. I'm definitely not smarter than you. I don't have a college degree. I barely graduated high school, not because of my GPA, but because the fact that I didn't even go. Like, I literally missed pretty much like a third of high school. Like, just because, like, I was being stupid though. Like, So here's another story if you want to go into another loop. After I make all this money, I get really lost, and that's why you guys see me like talking about like self-love and stuff a lot, because I've been very, very lost. Money, I thought was happiness, and I would do stupid shit with money. Like, all right, let's be real. Let's be completely real. Even though I should go hit the gym. As soon as I graduate high school, I get tied up in like drugs, like lots and lots of drugs. And I'm not like proud of it or anything, but I was obsessed with Pablo Escobar at one point. I wanted to be like Pablo. Like, it's funny and all, but like I was all in. That's all I gotta say. Like, I was all in of that mindset, not killing people, but like having an empire, right? Because I understood affiliate marketing, but what happened with affiliate marketing was that the company was a Ponzi scheme and it shut down. And I lost trust in that industry. I don't really f with that industry. And I was like, I transitioned because I had this money. I got to go invest this money in something else and make more money, right? So I was just like super obsessed with Pablo. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking sell all the drugs. like it was stupid. Don't do that. But I was like a little obsessed. And anyways, long story short, I got tied up with the wrong people for a while. And that's why people think Laura just came up out of nowhere like a year ago, and how did she blow up so quick? No, bitch, I've been doing this since I was 16, 17 years old. I understand people's thought processes. Because I've had to deal with people that were literally lying to my face. I've had to be able to have such good intuition on people my age and people younger than me, because I had to understand true thought processes in life or death situations. So if you can understand that, you can sell a $49 or $47 product. Like, what? Like, guys, a lot of you overthink a lot of this shit. And dude, anyways, out of that whole life story, but I went all in. That's all I gotta say. I went all in. I did really well for myself, and at the same time, I got put in a really bad situation. I was held up at gunpoint by someone I thought was my best friend, and it was not kosher. I was really depressed for like about 2 years of my life until then. Then I went to Nielsen. I didn't go all in on that. I was so like, but I don't know if you guys know what Nielsen is. They're the #1 market research company in the world. They work with Fortune 10 and Fortune 100 clients only. And like, I learned a lot there too about like market research and psychology and sociology and stuff like that. But like I said, I wasn't all in there, right? Then the opportunity comes up to learn sales. So at Nielsen, I was doing freelance work and working at Nielsen at the same time, because it gives you a level of credibility just to be associated with that company. But I wasn't all in. I wasn't all in on Divbe Tech. I wasn't all in on Nielsen. And then this dude shows up on my feed and he's like, "You've hit the universal lottery." I don't know if you guys have heard this video, but I'm gonna keep saying it because you might know who I'm talking about. "You've hit the universal lottery. There's a 400 trillion to 1 chance that you're a human alive on this earth, especially in America today." Anybody can guess who that is? Anybody? It's Gary Vaynerchuk. And it's crazy because I'm sitting at Nielsen in my cubicle, hating my life, and it's Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, what? And he's like, "Go all in." And then out of nowhere, the next day, I had this opportunity to meet with my cousin at Topgolf about a job opportunity in sales at a car dealership. And I was like, okay, the biggest problem I'm having selling my services to local businesses or businesses in general is that I can't get the message across about how to sell, right? Like I couldn't figure out how to sell myself. So I was like, I need actual real world experience. No course, no book, no whatever is gonna give me real live world experience on how to sell, right? So I begged my cousin. I begged him and pleaded with him. I'm like, you need to give me this opportunity, please. I will work my ass off, sell as many cars for you. I just need this, okay? So I leave my secure job plus my side hustle because I had to go all in. So I leave my secure job, my side hustle. That's like an extra, like what, 50K a year of security that I just left. Well, Nielsen was like 34K, and then the side hustle was like random. But yeah, I would say I left a 50K a year job to literally be on commission only. Think about that. I left to be just on commission only, and only what I went out to hunt and eat, I got. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't get it. People don't get that you have to go all in. I was brainwashed to the point when I was selling cars. I was so brainwashed. I was like, I want to own a car dealership. I hit my cousin up like, I want to own a car dealership. And he was like happy, but I was like looking back on it, I'm like, damn, I really brainwashed the fuck out of myself thinking that I wanted to own a car dealership because I had to be so all in the product, the service, the sales process, and the culture of car dealerships. And you know, it's crazy because that lifestyle's wild too. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, there's drugs everywhere, fam, and you get tied up. I got tied up because I went so all in. But what I've realized is that every time I go all in, I'm extremely successful no matter what. So that ties back to the point, how to be successful at anything, guys. I am successful at anything I do because I decide to go all in no matter what. So what's stopping you? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I've strategically planned out every event in my life to lead me to where I am today, you know? Now my clients hit me up and like, it's crazy. My clients hit me up and we do crazy shit together because I'm not just their consultant, I'm their friend. You know, like it goes deeper than just being a consultant, just being a service provider. No, like that's not how I treat my clients. But it's wild how like Gary Vaynerchuk shows up on my feed, and I hear this guy and I'm obsessed with this guy, and he's like, stop being a little bitch. All right, I'm gonna go stop being a little bitch. I'm gonna take this action on this. Actually, those are probably Grant Cardone's words, and I actually learned about Grant Cardone because I was trained by his sales team at the dealership, and that was like a huge blessing too. But yeah, dude, you can't be successful if you don't burn your boats. Back to the Cortez law. Burn your boats, have no way out, because then the only way out is north. You're gonna go up. You're gonna fucking go forward. You know what I'm saying? So like, stop saying I can't. Like, it's a real big pet peeve of mine when I see people saying, Lord, I can't do this, please help me. I'm like, no, how can you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't really even like to answer those questions. Anyways. So yeah, I went from listening to Gary Vaynerchuk at a job that I hated, in a cubicle that I hated, to sharing the stage with the man at an event called Tampa Bay Startup Week. And he had the #1 RSVP'd event. I had the #2 RSVP'd event out of 100 different events. Think about that. Why? Why do you think that happened? Because I decided to give people more value than I can get in return. You feel me? Bro, they literally had to turn people away. There was people standing in the back, like the fire marshals were like about to get called on because of my event, right? Because they hadn't positioned me in a location that could hold over 600 people. We had that cap. They should have put me in the Tampa Bay Theater with over 1,000 people. That shit would have been sold out too. Anyways, I go from look, you can do anything you set your mind to, guys. You can go from listening to someone you consider an idol to realizing he's not an idol, he's a rival. Okay? Like, when people say shit, it's facts. Why? Because you decide to go all in. If you're not going all in, please, the number one takeaway of this video for you should be, I'm gonna go burn my boats and do what Laura said and go take massive action on my actual dreams instead of hating my life. I'm just saying. Guys, we have one life to live. Live it to the fullest. And I know this sounds cliche and all that, but it's not. Like, it's true. You literally only have one life to live. Like, why aren't you living it to the fullest? Like, if you want to be a teacher, go be a teacher. Whatever you're doing, go all in. I don't care. Like, I just shared my life examples because I can literally go from digital marketing to selling drugs to selling cars to selling data. like, why? Because I go all in, fam. So please do yourself a favor and do the same. Now I'm gonna go kill the gym because I've decided to go all in on my health and my fitness because I know that's where I'm lacking at in life. So I've decided to go all in on that. So that's why you see me killing the gym every day. So I'm doing lives at the gym. So guys, go take action. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day and I hope you keep killing it. Laters.